right, it's your show, so it's about your concerns. Let's get after it. Who do you have, Dusty?
Pamela from Voorhees Township, New Jersey. I've never even heard of that, Voorhees Township.
How about that? Pamela, how you doing? What do you got?
Good. How are you? I just want to know, Dr. Cornel West, as intelligent as he is, running, why would he run? It's going to divide the vote, and Donald Trump will be right back in.
Well, I don't know that that's the kind of influence he's going to have, and you got to hear his motivations for himself. But, you know, isn't there something to be said about doing what you think is right? And if you believe that neither party is going to make the case that you need to be made, that you feel should be made, isn't that him, you know, living his truth and doing what he thinks is right? Or are we all just supposed to default to one of the two parties because that's how it is? I respect his speaking out. We'll see what kind of audience it draws. Next.
Next, we have Carla from Midland, Michigan.
Hey, Carla, how you doing? What's your question?
Hey, I have a question. NewsNation is supposed to be fair and balanced. I would like to know why you're not always fair and balanced.
I try. I try to be fair and balanced. The question is, what is it that makes you think I'm not fair and balanced? If that's when I'm saying something that you don't like, maybe it's you who's not fair and balanced. And I think, by the way, that's Fox's slogan. But it doesn't really matter. Every news agency says the same thing, right? We're fair. We're nonpartisan. You only know what people show. And it's not even network by network. It's going to be show by show and person by person. All I can tell you is sometimes people say the standard is objectivity. I don't think human beings really can be objective about much. I think the goal is fairness. Talk to all sides here, test all sides, and let you decide which one matters most to you in the context of that current issue. If I get it wrong, I promise it's not for a lack of effort. Next.
Next, we're going to go to Jerry from Ludlow, Massachusetts.
Hey, Jerry, how you doing? What do you got?
Yes, how you doing, Chris?
Good.
Yes, I got a question. You talk about giving money over to Ukraine. I have a problem as a taxpayer. Number one, when we get elected our president, they always say we're going to put American first. Right now, we're in the time of people really going through hard times. And our tax money that we work for, you know, that you think that, and I don't think it's fair that our money should be going over taking care of Ukraine. That issue, that's between them and Russia. But why should we use all our money and keep sending money over to Ukraine when Americans here is having a hard and a tough time?
I hear you. That is your right to feel that way. A couple things to consider. One, you can do two things at once. You have plenty of money, okay? Now, you can say, no, we don't. I'm hurting. I didn't say you have plenty of money. I'm saying the government gets plenty of revenue, and they spend a ton of money in a lot of different ways that you should judge and figure out whether or not those are the priorities you agree with. The other thing I would have you remember is, do you really want Russia to keep annexing old states that were that are now sovereign states? Because that's what's going on here. And do you really think that the longer America waits, it gets better or it gets worse? And would you rather have American boots on the ground than helping pay for Ukrainian boots to fight for their own soil? Just be open-minded on it, but you're not wrong to complain about the priorities. Dusty?
It's very busy back here tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very busy. We're going to go to Martine in Harrison, New York.
Martine, Harrison, New York. How you doing?
Hi, Chris. How are you tonight?
Peachy. What do you got?
I just want to say that I'd like to wish our three-term governor, your dad, Mario Cuomo, a very happy birthday. And I have no doubt he's quite proud of you. And believe me, if I could be mishpucha with him too, I'd like to be.
I'll tell you what, he was mishpucha. My father had some love affair with Judaism and the concepts of tzedakah and tikkun olam. The Lubavitcher Rebbe was one of his closest counsels, Israel Malshowitz, great member of our extended family. Yeah, it's Pop's birthday. I got to tell you, I have very mixed feelings. I miss my father so much, and I've learned the truth of the idea that sometimes a boy doesn't become a man until he loses his father. I understand that now. But there are also mixed feelings I have that I'm happy he wasn't here to see what we've lived through recently. I don't know how he would have taken it. And as much as I miss him, I'm glad he didn't have to deal with that with the rest of us. And I miss that shirt. Mine, not his. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, And you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.